How would you say that you were like as a kid? Like, were you really into sports, school, or just music early on?
I as far as I can remember, I was into music. I've always loved music, like from the jump. I wasn't too big into sports. I wasn't too big into school, but I was very quiet. Like it took me a long time to like really like. I think like I don't know if you ever went to like a Sweet 16 as a kid, and like I'm gonna tell you straight up. If you ever went to like a Sweet 16, a quinceañera, like any of these things, a bar mitzvah, whatever it is, there's like the kids that dance and have fun with everybody, and then there's the kid that like doesn't get out of the chair and just like waits for the next round of meals to come by. Like I was the kid that like
Nah,
I was
Mike.
too shy to dance, bro. I was too shy to talk to girls. I didn't like feel like good looking. Like I didn't really have any kind of like outgoing. Like I didn't know myself, let alone let anybody else know me.
So you're kind
So
of like
I
a
just
late
kind of
bloomer in a way?
I'd say I was very just like shy and like the honestly like music was really the only thing that I really felt like it, spoke to how I felt, but like I couldn't express how I felt.
Would you say that like music was like a safe haven for you? Like where you felt that you were able
Oh,
to really be more like yourself or share yourself?
I think so. I mean, I don't know if I'd say safe haven, but it helped me like communicate my feelings much more, than words did. Like I
Mm.
think at the time I was probably like on MySpace and stuff, like I'd pick like what song to put up and it was like never the one that was trending. Like I was always very big into just like streaming, like I mean even then it wasn't streaming, but I had like CDs, like I had Nas CDs and I would listen to like halftime over Made You Look, like I was very big into
Oh,
just
you was
like
on the B sides. Like you like
yeah, I
the
was
non
like
popular song. Okay, got you.
the
Okay,
storytelling,
right,
and it was
right.
speaking to me because like at the time I didn't really have any identity, but I knew I was struggling and I was really running around the streets and I didn't have much support from my mom. My dad couldn't really do much for me at the time besides like let me live with him before he went away. And it just like the music kind of just spoke to what I was going through. I was taking the bus, I was on the train, I was like running around from Hempstead to Jamaica to Astoria, just everywhere. And yeah, man, I don't know what it was, but music was always something that I felt like just kind of made me relax and feel better.
So, do you remember like the exact moment that you fell in love with hip hop?
I don't remember it like perfectly, but when I was like really young, I was like this is before anything hit the fan with my family. I had a babysitter as a kid and she was listening to Bone Crusher, Never Scared, and I was
I
in
ain't
like the
never
back seat of her
scared.
car. Yo, and she had back in the day, I don't know how old you are, but back in the day in the back seats of the car you could like change the speakers and stuff. And she had like these woofers, the whole car was shaking. It was just like dun 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 dun, and like the Never Scared hit. And I remember just being like, "What the fuck is this?" Because like before, can I curse on here?
Yeah,
My
yeah, of
bad,
course,
bro.
man, of course.
All right, so
Fuck.
I was like, "What is this?" There you go. On radio you can't curse, and
Yeah.
I would always slip up, and then I have to like go slam a dump button somewhere.
Oh man.
Um, but yeah, just like the energy, I'll never forget like that. Hearing that song in that car and the way it made me feel. Because before that, it was like Kids Bop, In Sync. It was like very like radio pop.
You said kids bop. Yo,
Yo,
you
all
you
that.
really dating yourself now. First you said MySpace, now you said kids
Yeah,
bop.
yeah. Nah, I'm 33 years old, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm an old ass man, I feel like. But I mean, I was probably like 7, 8 years old. I mean, I don't know what year. I have to look up when Never Scared came out, but it was a long
How
time
old was
ago.
the babysitter compared to you? Like how many more years?
She was probably in high school.
Oh,
She
okay.
wasn't like that much older. It was like a neighbor, and it was more so just like my parents worked, and she was just like my neighbor's older sister would hang out, like take care of us, and she'd get paid a little
Was
bit, I
she
guess.
black or Puerto Rican or what?
I think she was Spanish. Her last name was Perez, but I don't know what flavor of Spanish she was.
Mike.
No
Flavor.
idea. What flavor is Perez? Is it Dominican? Is it Ecuadorian? Is it Puerto Rican?
Right.
What is Perez?
So you're what are you? Jewish or
Yeah, I'm like Polish, Russian, and Italian. And my dad's side they're Jewish. My mom's side's Catholic. I was raised by my grandma, so I went to Catholic school. I have like my cross I wear every day. It's crazy. I was thinking about this yesterday because in any situation in life where I've had like a great opportunity, it's always kind of come from the Jews. But I've never really identified as a Jewish kid because I didn't like do the bar mitzvah thing. I don't speak Hebrew, like, but that side of the family stepped up when my dad went away. Obviously I met Rosenberg, I met Adam Silber. So there's something with the Jews, man, that they've been looking out for me, and I'm very
They
grateful.
take care of their own.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy because I was really raised more by like outside of my grandma, like I grew up around a lot of black and Spanish people.
Hmm.
I grew up in like all over the place, but like I lived with my friend's mom, Miss B. I was in a group home for 3 years. So we had this woman, Rhonda, who's like a black lady from Hempstead. She was like really put me on the game throughout my teens. So I kind of got a little bit of culture from that, I guess, but my last name screams white Jew guy. So I don't know.
Right. So with that, right? With you having that background, like you said that the music really spoke to you. How did I mean, obviously people are gonna be like, well, that's black music. Like, how could black music
Yeah.
speak to you with your background?
I mean, I was taking the bus to Jamaica Air from Hempstead Terminal, man. So I was like everybody thought I was Spanish growing up, honestly, because I don't know if it's like because I'm a
I
little
can
bit
see it.
of like
I can
a
see it.
10 or whatever, but a lot of people thought I was Spanish because I was listening to hip hop. I grew up in the hood. I don't speak Italian. I don't know shit about Jewish culture, like, but I could talk hip hop and at the time I was a bad kid, bro. I was like breaking into houses. I was hanging out with kids that was like robbing people. I was doing little stick ups. I was just getting in a lot of trouble and hanging out with like a lot of the bad kids. So it's like I think people just automatically thought I was just a ghetto ass kid,